Brainerd, here's a riddle for you. What widely consumed, non-prescribed drug can be served hot, with hazelnut syrup and whipped cream with a dash of cocoa powder in a tall Starbucks cup? Yeah, that's right. That venti triple shot hazelnut latte in your hand is, by far, just one of the many types of caffeine that is consumed by 90 million adults a day. Hold your cup where you see it, Brainerd. What if we told you that this popular and coveted thin layered cardboard cup and its contents can stop your heart and end your life? Just look at the South Carolina teenager who, after downing a Mountain Dew, latte, and energy drink, died to a caffeine-induced cardiac event caused by arrhythmia, which is just a fancy medical way of saying his heart stopped. So are you reconsidering that large cup by now, Brainerd? Well, you'll be happy to know that these deadly cases are rare. But there's no mistaking that since the consumption of caffeine drinks, pills, and powders are rising, so are the visits to the emergency room in the hospital. Reports estimate that there are almost 20,000 visits a year due to caffeine-related health issues, and the numbers don't seem to be slowing down. Calm down, we hear you, Brainerd. It's not all fun and games when it comes to the world's favorite drink. In this video, we answer your questions about this legal drug and, more importantly, how it affects your body and mind. Plus, we tell you how much is actually safe to drink and why your friend is super jittery after just one cup while you're coasting through the day even after 3. This and more, all in the name of science. Now on to the dark side. You know, because of the dark roast coffee. Never mind. All right, moving on. Each serving of coffee, tea, or energy drink contains a certain dose of caffeine measured in milligrams. Black coffee and energy drinks contain the most caffeine per serving, varying from 80 to 100 milligrams. A can of Coke and cup of black tea fall in the middle of the caffeine chart with around 40 to 45 milligrams. But these are drinks. What about caffeine pills and powders? The average pill contains the same amount of caffeine per serving, varying from 100 to 200 milligrams depending on the dosage. According to the FDA, pure powdered caffeine, on the other hand, can contain 3,200 milligrams of caffeine, which is equivalent to 20 to 28 cups of black coffee. That's a lot of Java. We wouldn't recommend it, Brainerd. As you can imagine, that much caffeine is highly unsafe. Health regulations suggest not surpassing more than 400 milligrams of caffeine in a day. After that, unpleasant side effects such as jitteriness, insomnia, and irritability are sure to follow. But can consuming 3 or more cups of coffee really stop your heart and bring you closer to an early grave? You'll be happy to know, Brainerd, that you probably won't have to quit your coffee habit. Just have to alter it a little bit. While health experts recommend no more than 2 cups of coffee for adults and 1 cup for teenagers, most caffeine overdoses are not related to drinks, but rather caffeine tablets and powder. This type of death is typically caused by ventricular fibrillation, which is a fancy way of saying that the heart beats at an irregularly fast rate, causing low blood pressure. So to stay safe, we recommend not taking multiple doses of caffeine pills or caffeine powders. In fact, stick to the liquid stuff. But how much caffeine a single person can handle is subjective. Age, weight, overall health, and even genetics can determine how your body handles caffeine. Take the coffee fiend, like yourself, Brainerd. This is someone who drinks cups of coffee throughout the day and doesn't seem to feel much of the side effects. Heck, you fall asleep just having drank a grande black coffee, Brainerd. Meanwhile, your friend over there can't even handle a cup of mild tea dosed in milk because the slightest caffeine intake is sure to have them trembling. So why is that? According to experts, some of us are genetically predisposed to be more sensitive to caffeine than others. So if your parents or close family members have no problem consuming caffeine throughout the day, then you should be jitter-free as well. Not to mention, some people consume so much caffeine that a certain tolerance has been built up over time. But before you go downing more cups of coffee because your dad can handle it, Brainerd, there are some real health concerns related to too many cups of joe. Caffeine can speed up your heartbeat, disturb the body's blood flow, and increase your heart pressure. And let's not forget that up to 100 people die every year from caffeine overdoses, which, let's not forget, all start out with an innocent single cup of coffee. But you'd be happy to know that a moderate and healthy caffeine habit, largely from teas and black coffees with low or no sugar, does have certain benefits. You know all those obvious effects, increased alertness, concentration, not to mention the relief from fatigue. But research has also shown that it can enhance endurance, suppress appetite, and under moderate consumption, reduce the risk of several types of cancer. Who knew? By now, you're probably aching for a good cup of coffee, Brainerd. Tell that hipster barista to save himself a trip to the fridge. You won't be needing that oat milk or the whipped cream in your coffee. That way, it won't cost you $7 either. So go on, have your coffee, but maybe cap it at 3 for the day. We could go without the vomiting, abdominal pain, seizures, or altered states of consciousness that couple with coffee overload. Oh, coffee. You're both so good and bad to us at the same time. Catch you on the flip side, coffee fiends.